Hey, Moni here with another discussion video, since I haven't done one in a while. Recently, many people have been talking about what DLC will come to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. However, even though I would much prefer if they made another DLC pack or two, like other fighting games do, chances are likely that this will not happen and that this will be the last DLC pack. However, I will be overjoyed if that's not the case. Anyways, just in case they want to make another Super Smash Bros. Game, here's something I would like to see and what I think is likely. Starting off with the roster without the DLC. In the new game, I think most of these characters will stay, but I do have my doubts about some inclusions because some companies are really difficult to work with. I think we will maybe not get the return of Snake in the next game due to Konami complications with that franchise in particular. However, they seem to not be too difficult to work with when it came to the Castlevania franchise, which is a good sign that we might keep those. Cloud may not stay or will just be replaced by another Square Enix rep for the next game. Maybe Gino? And we could really go without some characters. Characters that I personally don't think are needed for the next game are Pichu, Dr. Mario, Toon Link, Wii Fit Trainer, Sheik, and Pokemon Trainer. They had their run, but I think it's time for them to be laid to rest. However, the roster that is in my concept does include the series that I don't think will return just in case. But as you can probably see, I put a red thing in the corner of series I'm not sure, or am sure, will not be coming. The first thing you may immediately see is the lack of character portraits. Don't worry, those are still there. However, every slot is now filled with a game series instead of a game character. Once you select the series of a character, you will get a pop-up window that has the characters from the specific game series. Also, yes, I am using the Smash 4 roster for this because it's a bit smaller. You may see some wild picks here and there because I tried to fill it all the way in. Chance is small that it will be this big though. The first new thing in the list is the inclusion of the Rayman series. Rayman is a very high in demand series and many of the online polls have included him in the top 10. So he may actually have a shot this time around since he didn't make it into Ultimate. And he certainly won't be in the DLC. The second one, which boggled my mind that it didn't make it as a playable character, is Bomberman. How can such a classic character be changed into a mere assist trophy? I don't know, but at least he's somewhat in the game. This one will please both Japan and America. The Golden Sun series. They are a very vocal community, really dedicated to getting Isaac into Smash. The render is practically done, it would only need a few adjustments. And yes, I still think Banjo-Kazooie should stay in Smash. Would he stay in the base roster? If Microsoft is buddy-buddy, then I think so. Here's a wild card again, Shantae. I don't think she is likely, however, she has many supporters and even got a spirit, even though she's an indie character. However, I'm afraid she'll stay that way since not even Shovel Knight got in, even though he got a higher ranked place in the game by being an actual assist trophy rather than a PNG image. Tekken is a fighting series that everyone knows. Heihachi is the face of it. I've only played Tekken 2 and 3 in my childhood and always played the guy with the flaming pants. I thought he was the face of the series, but it turns out I'm horribly wrong. You can tell I don't follow this series as much. But there's no denying that the game deserves to be represented in Smash with none other than the man, the myth, Heihachi himself. Crash Bandicoot, another odd pick since I don't think Activision will get in. After all, Activision is greedy and would want their character to be DLC, and with a cost higher than the prices they give for the usual DLC. Here you see indeed that I gave Final Fantasy the red mark, which means I'm not sure they will get in. Same goes for Dragon Quest, even though I honestly think they deserve to stay. Another wild Japanese pick, Atelier. I'm sure if you're a weeb you know of this game, but it's honestly a fun series. They'd make a unique moveset and would please the Japanese side of the fanbase. God Eater is something you just gotta know. However, I don't see a ton of original moveset potential, so that's why I'm not sure. And here's another classic, Battletoads. This would be a goofy retro pick. We don't have a beat 'em up type character as far as I know. They'd be slow and strong. A heavy type character. Ace Attorney has shown that he isn't just your average lawyer. He can even fight a bit in unconventional ways. He'd be a fun character. Nier Automata has been a major success even after its launch. Years later, you still hear them talk about it. It deserves a place in Smash. And I'm not saying that because I want to smash her. Here's a trippy one, Puyo Puyo. This would be the what the fuck type character since no one would expect it. The Tales of series is massive, it will get representation one day, for sure. On the other hand though, Skullgirls doesn't seem too likely to get a character, but it's a great game so I felt it deserved to be some type of filler here. Although I could have put Grand Blue Fantasy here too, but I don't know, decisions. Between Spyro and Crash, if Activision was to get a rep, then I think Crash is the more likely one to get in. Sorry Spyro, I love you, but I guess it's just not meant to be. Chrono Trigger is a name I've heard so much, yet I have never gotten to play it, since I wasn't into RPGs back when it came out, other than Pokemon. Heard it's really good though, based purely on what I heard about it and want lists, it deserves a spot here. Then we get something that's even interesting in today's game recently, as many are apparently speculating that he will be one of the DLC. Doomslayer. While I still can't fully see how they would implement him since his game is very bloody and violent. They sorta did the same with Bayonetta and toned her down, and we even got Joker to be the first with a real gun in Smash. So it doesn't seem to be too impossible. So if he doesn't make it into the DLC, perhaps he will fight the fight in another game. Dante had also been talked about a few months back, and he honestly does seem realistic now that Joker is in. However, I don't think he'll be in Smash Ultimate, but the door should certainly be open for him now. Another famous pick from Japan, Amaterasu. I've seen so many people play this game and the art style is beautiful, and I would love for nothing more than to see that style represented in Smash. Chibi Robo has been a wanted character for so long, but his series is kinda dead now. It doesn't look great for him, but I still want him in the game. Shovel Knight. Could he be relevant enough in a few more years when the next game comes out? I'm not so sure, but I personally would love to see him finally be a playable character. I suppose there should be a Shovel Knight too to help make the game more noticed than it has been. That could give it the shot it needs. Castlevania is just one of those classics that needs to stay in Smash. It has such a big history with Nintendo, and Konami didn't seem too troubled to put those characters into the game, unlike with Snake. So I think they both will return. Here's another recent quote-unquote leak about a potential fighting series character joining Smash Ultimate. And that fighter seems to be Kazumi from the Dead or Alive franchise. At first I'd be like, no way, they are too sexy. However, recently they've toned down their games, so it could potentially happen now. Although I'm sad that the titty has been reduced. And there we have it, the full list of characters I either think will happen or deserve a spot. Please let me know what you think of this layout's idea for Smash, and what characters you'd like to see in Smash Brothers. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! Okay, Mona from the future here. I forgot to show a picture in which I show you that there can be costumes for characters. In this screenshot you can't really see it yet. I mean, you can see the costume, but the thing you make, like the costumes that you create yourself, you make in a different menu, and it saves it as a alternative color slot. So that's basically what it is. You just choose the character and it will have this color that you made in the creator. Like, they should really add that in the next Smash Bros. A way for the normal characters, not the Miis, to have different colors. Like, just make us have power. Let us have power over the colors, because this would mean every character could be so much more unique, so much more fun, They could make references to characters that aren't in the game. It would make so many people happy. Like, what if you could make the hero or Eldrick have blonde hair and make his attire seem more like Isaac? And even though he doesn't play like Isaac, he has the RPG style menu, which is the kind of a reference to his game, and people would be happier with that than play as a Mii character. I'm pretty sure they would get very, very inspirational with this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it. Anyways, bye bye.